Right, hello. Basically, I am recording another video because I've done one before basically about the Willow Festival, and I was planning on doing another one, which is the Willow Festival Part 2. I might even do a Part 3 because I might even talk about and film some bits and pieces when I go around the Willow Festival myself. So we'll see what happens if I do any more parts on that one. But Part 2 really was to talk a little bit more about the Willow Festival, because I think in my last one I didn't explain everything about it, and people might want to explore a little bit more about it. There is a website, and really I should be linking it down on my video so you can go and look basically. But the Willow Festival is basically a free festival. It's a music one, music related. They don't allow DJs or anything like that. They have to have live music. It can be any kind of music, basically, and the majority of music, which is 90%, 95% of it, is always going to be unsigned and new artists. That's what they like to do. I'm not saying they're all going to be new, I'm not saying they're all going to be unsigned, because you might get some bands who are signed to little record labels, or you might get some bands that have basically been famous at some point of their career. And they have had that in the past, where I've said before, Bad Manners and The Animals and T-Rex and Lorraine Silver and Angelo Starr, and certain people who, they have basically made at some point, and of course there will be other musicians there, because you might get a musician that's in a band who will say form a member of Squeeze or something like that. You might get musicians who have played with the likes of Pink Floyd or whoever. The amount of musicians and different types of music you get is varied. But the majority of musicians that you get at the Willow Festival will be unsigned and obviously new artists, emerging ones. Any kind of music, like I said, can be there, but they must be live. You can't have backing tracks. And it's not only just the music that they have these tents and these things that you get to see the music, but they have camping, in case anybody wants to go camping. They actually open it, I think it's 4 o'clock they open on the Friday when they do it, and they close at 11, and it's 11 on the Saturday and 11 on the Sunday, and that again is until 11 at night. Apart from that, and the music side of it, they do have I think it's a tent or two. It's a beer tent. Now they have their own policy on alcohol. You can't take it in, but they have their own policy on the beer and that. So they basically do their own and that, because they want it to be a safe one. And it is a family orientated festival, so you can bring your kids. And they basically have a fairground. It's not necessarily a big fairground, but usually they have something like 2 or 3 children's rides. They have 1 or 2 of the big rides that you can go on. Basically, it's not a big fairground. It's just a few rides that they've obviously got there as well, and they have some stalls, alternative stalls and things like that, so you can buy things, normally clothes and that, and programs and CDs maybe of bands that might be selling their merchandising. And they also have basically food, so you can buy food and drink. Obviously the most common drink will be non-alcoholic, although they do have that, and they usually are served in plastic cups. Yes. Not a glass, sadly. Not in bottles or anything like that. So yeah, it's a wonderful thing. Sadly though, our people council don't really pour money into it, so it's not something they are doing a lot of. I'd like to see them plough money into it, but they don't. So it's run entirely by volunteers. People donate money to the festival. Obviously when they sell merchandising like the Willow Festival programme, then that money will be ploughed into next year's event, which I always buy one, and that gives you information about the artists and music there. So yeah, it's just something that is a great festival. If anybody in the local area or maybe from further afield wants to come, I suggest they go. I can, like I said, link the website down below, and if you want to see the website, you have a look at it. You know, it gives you more information about it, because I obviously don't know everything. I only know from what I have read and that, and I've been there all the time it's been on. I don't know whether I've missed any of them, but I've certainly done that. But like I said, the various ways in which the music is there, it's promoted based on all types of artists, as I said. You know, you might get in one tent a metal band playing, but in another tent you might get a more funky band playing. That's the way it always has been. Although when people say why, you know, they might say, well, I wouldn't go because you've got no famous people. They do. They do. The only thing is it will vary on whether or not and how famous they are. An example, like, you might get, say, a band who are, say, from the past. So you might get someone like Bad Manners turn up. They might be the main act. Bad Manners will feature their original lead singer, but might not have any of the original members in it. The other thing you might be going around, you might see a band that's got members who have previously been in bands before, who have had that little bit of success. Like, you might see a band like the More I See, which has got Gisbert in it from Janus Stark and also The Prodigy. You might get other bands that are around there where they have had a member who's like a guitar player or a bass player or somebody who basically would be from the band Squeeze or something like that. You might be going around there, you might see an artist who basically has been on The Voice. I'm not saying you will, but you might. Other people might, you know, you might find basically artists who have maybe appeared on an album by somebody famous. So you might get an album that was recorded by I don't know, Pink Floyd as an example, where they might have used this particular person. There wasn't a part of the band, but they might have appeared on that album. But then again, you're going to get people who have played with. That's the other thing. You're going to find where you've got like female singers and male singers and people like, you know, where you go. Their claim to fame would be that they have managed to work with, or at least played with. So they've done gigs and shared the stage with people from the past. Anyway, I'll leave it there for now. Keep watching, more videos come soon.